And we are live. Hello. So, more Fallout from V Shoujo. It's probably easier to name or to ask who wasn't involved in the Fallout at some point. Like, right now. Like, is Gunrun unguilty of, like, tax evasion? Okay, so you might. What am I doing on this stream? Well, as the title suggests, I'm going to basically, like, finish bordering off the outer perimeter. And I'm also going to set up a few things for, like, when we get to Volcanius. Hmm. Let's see here. What else do I need to put on them all? Like, why do I have two things producing? Did I mean to put chemical? Good news is I've probably filled up my surplus of refiner. Good thing machines don't take damage from poison gas. Made myself chicken tenders on my grill. Pretty damn good. I'll probably want to build a few of these, if only so I can, like, show them off, and also you need them for, like, one of the Sarah's research anyways. As I mentioned, I'm skipping in turbo, in express belts and going straight to turbo belts for two reasons. First of all, I'm gonna go to Vulcanius for my first planet. There is literally... So my main incentive would be, if I was going to Fulgora, I would actually go for turbo belt. For express belts. But since I'm not, well, there is literally no reason for me to go. What am I doing, you might ask? Well, on Volcanius, there is an enemy called the Demolisher, which is, like, really big. But it's also really slow and really resistant to, like, damage. The best way to deal with it, I've found, is just to shoot it with uranium cannon shells, at least early on. After we go to Aquilo, we'll unlock a better gun for taking care of it. That many cannon shells should be more than enough to take care of Volcanius. Now, where was I in regards to the wall? I've tried that game on my computer, and it does run, but something happens with, like, the window. Like, it'll always pop down in the side, so until then, that game's off limits, unfortunately. Like, it is fun. I do enjoy it. Although, that being said, I would not be opposed to, like, doing multiplayer, but you're seeing it from, like, someone else's perspective. Well, that's right. That's what I was originally doing. I'm just gonna have some of these chicken tenders that I made. Technical difficulties, basically. I'm actually gonna go get some napkins. For whatever reason, like, my computer will always, like, load it on, like, the bottom corner of the screen. In case you're wondering what that's filled with, napalm. Need to go back to the main base. It's mainly because, well, there's one other thing I need to get for my base. Roboports. I mean, my wall. Roboports. Like, I'll have to look into that. That's the thing. And looks like my plan of using bot. What are those uranium fuel cells? I've never played Twisted Metal, but I'd be open to trying it since I have seen it and it looks fun. Hmm. I consider myself very lucky that my two favorite VTubers did not wind up in V Shoujo in light of everything else. In case you're curious, those two would be Snuffy and Shy Lily. It does feel odd that I'm using... She was approached by V Shoujo but turned down their contract. As for Snuffy, well, I don't know if she was ever approached, but, like, she was a name I commonly heard people say A should join V Shoujo. Largely because of how close she was with some of their talents. Is there anything else I want to research? Well, I can't. I have to. I think this will be like the last pre-tech I researched before I head to Volcanius. Speaking of which, that reminds me. These are the planet, not including the, like, planet, the edge of space and shattered planet. These are the planets that I'll be able to visit. Now, our first planet is going to be this one, Volcanius. But after that, we have two choices. Well, technically three, but I want to mix up the three I can choose. It was like I want to try alternating between Vanilla planet, modded planet. So basically, we're doing Volcanius first because it unlocks a lot of useful stuff. Electric mining drills, foundries, and a whole bunch of other techs, including these arc furnaces. And these armories, which will be very useful later on. Oh, right, that's the other thing I wanted to set up for my mall. Gun turrets. I know that might seem like a random choice, but, well... Here's the thing. At the start, there's only like 3 really viable options for... Can I do another level of mining productivity? I think I know the other problem with my bot network. Namely, I just need more bots in it. But quite frankly, that is the beauty of this game. If you want more of something, you can just put more of it, make more of it. Let's see here. The Space Age DLC is like less than a year old, but the game's been around for like 10 years, I think, tops. I was gonna use this stuff called plated wall for the wall, but well, problem is that takes quite a while to make, so I decided, you know what? Stone wall can suffice for now, so I will just build the wall using that. And I need to go back to the base for two reasons. First of all, I realized that there is no point in me just like walking around when I could just have some when I can just have bots with in the roboports do all the lifting for me. But the main reason is, well, I'm out of pumps, and you need those to like ensure that like the fluid we're using, in this case napalm, flows through. I think 200 sounds about good. Oh, hey! We're just creating a base ace defense. Laser turrets, flamethrowers with napalm, and roboports to ensure that base stays defended. This is all I have so far, although I do have other areas I want planned out. Only thing I'm not sure about is how I'm gonna, like, keep them all fueled. If I had a lot more landfill, I'd just build a big land bridge for all the pipes, but I don't. You know what YouTuber I've really grown on to be annoyed with? And don't worry, this is not like a big, like, beloved creator or anything. Like, if anything, I would imagine that the second I say his name, if your reaction isn't who, you'll probably understand why by the time I'm done. Elvis the Alien is his name. Well, at least I won't have to worry about defending him, but long story short, he's this, like, film reviewer, I think. But the thing is, he recently got in a bit of controversy because of, well, it turns out that he was reacting to Shadman on this YouTube images Shadman drew, and I know that there's been, like, a few safer work images that Shadman is known for, but, like, this was the hardcore stuff. Honestly, I'm not sure if I want to tackle Elvis the Alien. Like, he has been kind of in, like, a defensive mode since, well, up time for another. Like, if you want more information, go watch a channel called Slime Beast. Like, I've actually spoken to the guy, and he was pretty friendly. Slime Beast, not Elvis the Alien. Like, but honestly, it's just surprising just how much of, like, old YouTube has connections to Shadman. Like, obviously not everyone has ties to him. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna see, like, a big expose revealing Markiplier was friends with Shadman, for example. Like, that would probably cause the entire internet to actually implode if that did happen. Would be an entertaining sight, but honestly, it would not be worth or the damage it would do to, like, the online creator sphere. Did I run out of flamethrowers? It's not a big deal if I did, since I've already got them automated, but okay, good. Like, I was gonna say, like, I would be surprised if I ran through that many already. But what I am gonna need to get more of is lamps, since, well, I do enjoy using these lighted substations. And there's my nuclear power plant. I'm gonna need to... That mining productivity upgrade cannot come soon enough. If you don't know, this is around the time in Factorio where copper demand starts to catch up to your iron demand. Yeah, like, it is good to take a break every now and then. Like, honestly, I think that after that, I might take next gen. I'm considering taking November off, since, well, I'm actually going to be doing, like, a video that covers multiple people in August. I don't know what I want to do for October. Or in, well, September, I'm going to be re-examining another entry on the VTuber blacklist who actually does not belong, and it's actually going to be pretty easy for me to prove it. In fact, I'd actually originally planned on covering this one like last of the four names who status I've been saying is debated, but, well, circumstances made me play my hand differently. Uranium cannon shells. Like, honestly, as long as you, like, have some form of money coming in, it's perfectly fine if you don't divert your whole life, like, time to streaming. Like, I mean, if you were to suddenly find yourself waking up and learning that you had a long-lost grandpa who left you, like, a couple $100,000, I would say it's absolutely fine to, like, focus on streaming, and if you don't have a big enough audience. But if not, then it is good to just, like, work a job and stream it on the side until you get to the point where you can actually seriously consider becoming a streamer full-time. Or you happen to be, like, get into HoloLive. That works, too. Still, like, I would have actually guessed that V Shoujo would outlast Niji Sanji. Admittedly, not by much. Like, I would guess that if V Shoujo was to collapse, it would be shortly after Niji Sanji. But considering just how much we don't know about that was going on behind the scenes, I do have to wonder when the company's money problems started, because they had to have been pretty badly if they chose to not pay Iron Mouse. Like, Haruka, there could at least be some, it would be scummy if they did, but, like, actually, now that I think about it, Hajime Hime would be the one I'd say it would be the most understandable if they, like, skipped on paying, since she's so inactive. Like, they could legitimately say, oops, oh yeah, we forgot you were one of our talents. Which, honestly, would be a pretty funny press release, like... Eastbutt. Anyone else? Not so much. And especially not Iron Mouse or Project Melody, although that one's a moot point since it turns out that she's leaving as well. You know, funny story. Back when Amelie joined, I basically dismissed the idea that since they were, like, using a blue flame to tease her, I noted that it couldn't be Cinder, and well, if it had been Cinder, that would have oddly enough been a rather ominous prediction considering what happened to Cinder. Whew. Almost forgot that you can pick up landfill now. And I think I ran out of substations again. Not substations, roboports again. That is a fair point. I mean, the JP branch does appear to be a bit more stable than the English branch, and also not all the talent have, like, explicitly cut ties. Like, I would say the best outcome for Vishojo right now is, well, they continue on as a JP only branch, and like the English branch is only there as like a legacy one or to handle like existing merch. But I think the days of Vishojo being an English speaking company are done. Like, unless, I don't know, they get bailed out by, I would say Brave Group, but but I'm pretty sure that we would have already heard rumors. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I think, guess we'll just have to wait and see where all the chips land. Just making sure that none of my flamethrower turrets can accidentally cause forest fires. Like, not only would those cause a ton of pollution, but like, if they get close enough, that will damage my walls, which, as you can imagine, is quite annoying. There is one more upgrade I plan on adding to this. It's, long story short, I do eventually want to, like, add grenade turrets. It's so that they can launch gas grenades, but that's a ways away since, well, I want to actually have, like, a supply train for them. There is a demo if you want to try it. Like, the base game never goes on sale, but I would say it's one of those exceptions. Until, even if you don't want to get, like, the Space Age expansion, which I would say is worth the full price, there is a huge modding scene. I will probably need those walls at some point. And let's grab some more roboports before I forget again. You know, on the topic of VTuber branches, I'm kind of surprised we don't see a lot of, like, French branches of VTuber agencies. Like, why is there no HoloLive Fra or Niji Sanji Fra? Like, it's not, like, admittedly, I know that it would probably be better for Niji Sanji to try and get back, for HoloLive to try and get back into China, or Niji Sanji to get back into India, or for that matter, both to debut in those, since those are huge markets, but it does, like, provide people with more immediate success, I guess. Like, honestly, I would actually be open to joining, like, Mythos, you know, that one themed around the Greek gods. Albeit it would be if one of two very specific gods. The first would be, like, the serious choice if I could make it. The second would be the joke answer. The serious choice would be Demeter, like, not really sexualized, and also could be, like, a good voice of reason. The joke answer, or, like, if it was my only option, would be, well, Persephone. Except the catch here would be that Persephone would be, like, a femboy. Mainly because, well, I'd be married to Hades, and, well, I would have said Hera if Zeus would... I would have actually even fine with being, like, a femboy version of Hera if, like, Zeus was still in the agency. I mean, there's nothing stopping Zeus from coming back. Now I'm wondering what will happen when they run out of Greek god, versus the pantheon of the Olympians. Will we see, like, Kronos, Gaia, or will they move on to, like, another pantheon of gods? Should I expect, like Ra, Set, and Osiris? Just so you know, I'm part of a group, not an agency, so that's what the ENVF is by my name. I will mention one of the other members in my upcoming video, but I'm not gonna, like, spoil everyone else, since, well, I want them to be able to, like, introduce themselves. You know, I'm kind of surprised Phase Connect has not gotten in like, more controversies. Excluding stuff with Pippa, that is for obvious reasons, like, I would have expected one of the other girls to get in trouble, but I can only think of one on that talent who got terminated. And general consensus was that they were in the right. They being FaZe, not the terminated talent. Yeah. Is there anything else I want back at my base? Might as well show off the planet map. I mean, this is going to be the first planet we'll visit. Then we'll go to Fulgora. Strangely enough, you can actually go to Gleba first, even though there is no direct orbit. Then Ingress. I need another soda. Don't worry, I'm not using, like... In case you're curious why I have so many space platforms, I want, like, each one planet to have its own one. Or all actually, I only really installed for the destination, like... I just saw a black hole mod and I figured, oh hey, why not visit there? Like, they're going to add more stuff eventually, and maybe when they do, like, I'll do, like, a Friday stream to revisit this playthrough, but... These chicken strips are great. I've basically decided, you know what, corporate VTubing drama is on the table again for me, but I'm still gonna prefer, like, stuff involving indies, since, well, that tends to get overlooked, especially if it's really small ones. That being said, I have mentioned this before, but, like, if I was to cover, like, a corporate VTuber drama involving Niji Sanji, I would probably go with Vox Akuma. You know what? I can do that right now. They have not updated the website. Okay, they did update it to remove Iron Mouse, but that's it. Up, the store is currently unavailable. I mean, the button to access the store is still there, but that's it. Gonna be very interesting to see where the girls partner with if each end up partnering. I realized I probably should have been, like, using... Let's see if I can't get some quality power poles up and running. Excuse me. Quality is a new mechanic from Space Age that basically makes it so that items are better overall. Like, for example, power poles will have, like, a longer range. Weapons will deal more damage. that's a good choice. Funny story. I actually have a reason to believe Melody is actually from my home state. Since I remember seeing her following, like, the USGS Twitter account for this state branch. Which, like, if it was a politician, and or like if it was like a famous athlete, I wouldn't immediately suspect anything, but I can't really think of any other reason why she'd follow another state's USGS account, unless, like, she happened to be friends with the person who ran it. I know the Act Man. I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Act Man was from Washington State. That's the one other thing I should be making quality of. Asteroid collectors. The main reason for this is, well, they'll actually have more arms. Of course, the drawback with quality as well, it's very low. There is another way to get it quality that's guaranteed, but I need to be, like, using all quality stuff. Yeah, I should probably start mining another copper patch. Good night to you as well. We still got options for stone. Like, if I was to go back in time and change the settings, one thing I would do is make the research patches larger. What else could I research? I'm not just trying to, like, stall for time. Like, I want to avoid downtime for my labs as much as possible, so... Oh, that's right. I did... I was meaning a set of like, asteroid collector limits. Oh, well, no big deal. Was just gonna say, where are like all the construction bots? Again, I still have at least one worker, robot worker. Battery speed left to unlock. I have quite a few Spider-Tron varieties, if you can't tell. Hmm. Gonna go put my plate in the kitchen. Woo! That really hit the spot. And will help me deal with. Just showing off some of the. If I can get just like the northern perimeter secured off, I would be willing to, and maybe like some of the east. I would be more than willing to say that this is a mission accomplished for this stream. Excuse me. If this was before bots and I was doing one of those bot start mods, I actually would seriously consider reload a save. But you know what? Since I can make new bots, I actually don't really care. Although I will go get another one just to replace the one that I had. I'm thinking of the pipes. That surround, that like close off the wall come. Just trying to figure out where I want the last big pair of walls to be. Oh. Unfortunately, there is no way to increase cargo robot size. Oh. I think I've shown enough of how I want the wall to be. So you know what? I'll get up. So where at the top is, and we'll call it a stream after that. Next stream, what we'll do is go to Volcanius. Huh. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll have my stream deck set up next time, but I'm Andreas Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.